Now that you know about the emotional side of trading, let's talk about the robotic side of trading. This is done by making a solid plan that you stick to. This is why we created the website TraderCreatorPro.com, so that you can effectively make good plans until you eventually make it a habit to make a plan and can do it mentally on the fly. So in this video, we're going to go over 3 things that every plan needs, and then a couple big tips that have to do with your plan that can help you out emotionally. First, your entry. It needs to meet the criteria of your strategy. So you are waiting for your criteria to come to you, and essentially you find that A+ setup and you're ready to enter your trade. Second, you need to find your target and stop. Your target and stop does not need to be an exact number, but often can be. Just at least get an idea of where you would stop out and take the losses. So in other words, how much you're risking and where you want the stock to go, which would be your target or your profit area. Something other traders look at is your risk-reward ratio. One way you can check your risk-reward ratio is by looking at the website TraderCreatorPro.com. It is recommended that you have at least a 2-to-1 ratio, meaning your target or the profit that you would take should be at least 2 times what you're risking or where your stop is. For example, if you're looking to buy a stock for, say, $10, you might set your target for $12 for a $2 gain or profit. And you might put your stop at around $9, giving you a $1 loss if the stock goes to $9. This would give you a 2-to-1 ratio because you are taking a $2 profit versus the $1 risk. The third part of a plan is to stick to your plan. If your plan has a point at which you want to add to the position, then stick to it. If you don't have the patience or discipline to stick to your plan, then what is your plan even worth? You might as well have not even made a plan. You will not make it as a trader if you are not patient and disciplined on your entries and exits. Some traders even make plans and place OCO orders and walk away so that their emotions will not affect the plan. They basically just put their plan on autopilot. A big tip I have for you in controlling your emotions with your plan is by making sure you are comfortable with the full position size. If your heart is pounding on every single trade, your position size is likely too large. Know what your risk tolerance is. Know how much you are willing to lose on that trade. For example, maybe a $20 loss in a few minutes is a lot to be down for you. Whereas for somebody else, maybe being down $1,000 in a few seconds won't even faze them. You will be able to increase your position sizing as you gain confidence in yourself and your system. One way traders like to control their emotions and position size is by scaling in and scaling out of their position, meaning they will add to their position, maybe doing a quarter of their full size position at a time, and possibly exit the trade a quarter at a time. This can help with emotions, but it is easy to get too large of a position, and that will, of course, increase your emotions. This is not recommended for everyone. In fact, I would say it is an advanced way of trading. When you scale in and scale out, it makes it much harder to know your risk and your reward, but just at least have an idea of where your stop is and where your target is. In summary, when your size is smaller, it is much easier to hold and it is easier to trade emotionless. When you have a larger position, it is much harder to hold. And I'll see you in the next video.